hello. Juliet717, thank you for the follow.
Hello?
Hello, we had a Juliet17 follow 6 days ago. Did you just forget your password? Because I think that's the person from the Weeble community.
I mean, no, in the Weeble community, it's probably different people with the same name.
Well, yeah, I was like, wait, don't we know that person? Do we not know that person?
Maybe? I don't know. It could be Juliet17 is the Weeble community, Juliet717 is not the Weeble community. I have no idea. I'd have to look in Discord, and I have it closed right now, so I'll have to wait until later. Anyways, hello! We're a week late, because reasons. A couple of us were not feeling super great mentally. I was one of them. I will not out the other person.
I was the other one.
I wasn't gonna say it.
Well, she could say it herself.
Because it's not my place to say it, but I was not feeling great mentally to play, and they were not feeling great mentally to play, so we're like, fuck this shit. So we're back. We're a week late. We won't be a week late next month. Maybe. I don't know.
It's a,
Hopefully won't be a week late. So yeah. So just to recap, last month we fought a Displacer Beast.
Did.
My character Kothar and Emily's character something or another.
Maris, yeah.
Maris. Like mayor.
Maris.
M.
My character originally followed the cub Displacer Beast into the Feywild. Maris followed behind as some kind of animal.
It's a bowie. Or a cat.
It's a cat, yes. And we're met by fey creatures. They were imps. They were
fairies.
Fairies, thank you. Who really could have fucked our shit up, but didn't. So yeah, that was last month. We informed the Terrace Hold Guild about the Displacer Beast and the portals, and we are going to meet. I don't have my notes in front of me. We're going to meet somebody in the Mirius quarter?
What place?
Or what quarter was it? We had to go meet somebody that was the person that the two people we killed were working for. Emily, with your notes, come on, help out.
I have a lot of notes I have to read. I'll find it. Saris, 2-day sunset, Saris at the quarter. I just had this at the quarter. I only wrote out the quarter.
Great.
There's the quarter.
I'm sorry.
We have to go meet them at the quarter. Oh, there's only one quarter, actually. It's the free markets, the ward, the peak, the pits, and the hold. So it's gotta be the Marius quarter.
Elimination.
Process of elimination.
The quarter was also a specific building.
Also, point of contention to the map. It's called the Marius Quarter, but there are 6 separate sections to the city.
There are. It's because there wasn't always 6.
Juliet17 says, might have followed you on my laptop, but not my phone and tablet, so don't know.
That is from Weeble.
So
She's from Weeble.
She's from Weeble, yes. She is from the Weeble communities.
I went and looked.
Oh.
You went and stalked every follow she had.
Snooped.
Scrolled.
Emily with her skills to be able to look shit up. How dare you? So yeah, we've got Dan as our DM. I'm horrible with names. Amber as a succubus. Chris as a Githyanki. Emily as a centaur, and myself as a lizardfolk. You can kind of watch our little scrolly names under our images to figure out exactly what our names are, who we are, where you can find us online, and what our class and level are, and race. Yay!
Yeah, So I guess, brief summary. Did you do anything else last month? Oh, you also gained Skin of a Displacer Beast
Yes.
and 2 tentacles of a Displacer Beast.
Which I didn't put in my character sheet. I have it written down though somewhere. This is the hard part about doing a potential international move. I take notes, and I put them places, and then I start packing shit up.
If only there was some virtual notepad you could use.
If only.
Maybe we'll invent it one day.
There is. I don't want to type it while I'm playing because the mechanical keyboard sounds.
So I'll make a magic item for it.
That was one of my mechanical keyboard sounds.
Well, you can mute yourself a lot easier, Em. I'd have to mute myself here and in OBS, and I tend to forget one or the other. Or I don't pay attention to OBS and realize 40 minutes into a game that nobody can fucking hear me on stream.
That'd be real funny indeed. I mean, it would fit your character in D&D. It's fine.
Yeah.
Right. What do you guys want to do now? I think it was middle to late afternoon.
Yeah, we were gonna head back. We don't have to meet them today. We have to. It's basically we're meeting them tomorrow, I think. Or is it 2 days?
Yes, it was 2 days from when you did the
spell.
The spell.
I had it sunset. That's what I wrote down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we then waited the next day to do the Displacer Beast, so tomorrow's when we're actually going to be meeting them, so we had some time between. Oh yeah, I gotta update the levels. Whoopsies! I'll just go do that now!
Being decreased.
Everybody's level 3, sorry guys. We're never gonna level up again. Never gonna level, never gonna
so
level.
what did you guys want to do with the rest of your day?
I don't.
You don't remember.
Somebody was making stuff with them with stuff and things.
Yeah, we were discussing maybe making something with the Displacer Beast. There was a possibility of talking to either a...
You could...
Jesus Christ.
I mean, there probably is someone called Jesus or Jesus around.
Talking to somebody who can do such... I can't think of the word.
A tailor.
Thank you.
An
although Kothar does have leatherworking as a skill set.
Yeah, so you can prepare hide.
Yeah.
And you could do basic leatherworking.
So I would probably...
You could.
I would probably prepare the hide for whomever we take it to.
Do tanning?
Yeah.
I think as a leatherworker, you could also learn to make leather items as well.
Yeah, I just wouldn't be able to enchant.
Yes. Cool. Do you guys want to go do that? Is there anything else you want to do in the day? No. We could just skip ahead.
We could check the job board, see if there's anything else that we could do in a day.
That's not a bad idea.
Oh yeah. To the Jobatorium.
Ah, ye old Jobatorium.
Where is my thing list? I have too many screens for this. Which job board do you want to go to?
The closest one.
The one with the most jobs.
I think we're still in Terra's hold, aren't we? Like, we haven't technically
yes.
left yet. We could check theirs.
Yeah. Let's see, where's that list? That one. This one. Ah, there we go. Alright, so they've got a couple of simple jobs. So they have a hunting party job to go collect meat, or to go do some kills and collect meat. for food that you can go do. They also have one to deliver offerings to a place within the woods. So to help protect a group of what's the word? Not acolytes. Group of worshippers into the woods to go deliver offerings to one of the forest spirits. And yeah, they're the two that they've got. If you wanted to pick up either of those.
Well, we just went hunting, so do you want to...
I mean, you've got meat on you, haven't you? From the Displacer Feast.
I
No,
didn't.
we left all the meat.
Yeah, I didn't mention I was taking the meat. We just took the skin, but I guess we would have taken the meat too. Seems like that seems like something Kothar would not leave behind.
It's food.
Yeah, so you could fulfill one of the minor contracts by selling the meat to them.
Huh.
And it's rare meat as well.
Ah, yeah, we'll go ahead and do that then.
Let's see, how much is the Displacer Beast worth?
Will we have any left over?
Depends how much you want to sell.
I'm
You
gonna
could sell
I'm gonna keep a haunch for myself.
Keep on. Okay. So you get, what was that, 3/4 price.
Well, I'll keep. I'll keep like a couple ribs worth.
I thought like cat ribs.
I mean, it's a big ass cat. They're what, 7? The one you thought was like 7 foot long.
Yeah, they're quite large.
So it's the like. Yeah, they're gonna be pretty sizable ribs.
Yeah, so
Uh,
I'll
Won't
do
be
that.
very fatty though. Won't be very juicy.
Depends how you cook them, or don't cook them because I'm a lizard folk. I don't cook shit.
True. So, a Displacer Beast, it's fresh as well, because it's on the same day, would go for 120 gold normally, by itself.
Nice.
Because they can use the other body parts for making other things like potions and things. So minus the leg, I don't know, what's that, 15 gold? So yeah, you could sell that for 105 gold. For your meats.
Very good.
Now that we're just
Fancy.
butchers.
Yep, now you're butchers.
I mean,
we
we
I think
got it.
Tony's character is basically a butcher.
Fair.
Pretty much, yeah.
Maybe not.
I can, you know,
Probably not the neatest, but people
Yeah.
down here probably don't care too much.
They get high on their supply though. Not a good business.
I can quarter an
Can't
animal
be
pretty well.
stock.
Cool. Yeah, you sell that. I'd say I'll take you a couple of hours. Like go in town, do your butchering, and then hand over the meats that you've got.
All right.
And you've already skinned the meat, skinned the animal. So
Yeah.
And then it's a several hour journey back into the main town where you guys tend to stay. Hooray, free money.
Yay. Who's keeping track of that? Emily.
It's like, we did note taking. Emily.
Am I dispersing that? Am I mathing?
Yes, you're gonna math.
if you want. Did you guys split up the money from last time?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
That is 26 gold and a silver each.
I don't think we did because I didn't add any gold to my thing.
Tanya's broke?
No, I'm not.
I don't,
I'm so far from broke.
I don't think any of you are broke. Cool. Alright, yeah, so you split up, if you're just guys gonna rest for the night and then get ready tomorrow morning?
What was the other job? Just out of curiosity.
It was to travel with basically some monks into the woods to
that might
deliver
take too
some
long.
offerings.
Yeah.
So for
Yeah,
last week, put 250 gold on everyone.
250 for everyone.
Yep, and then another 37 gold and 5 silver pieces.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sorry. That's what you get.
I'm not gonna math right now.
That's why I did it right now.
200 and what?
Ouch, ouch, ouch. 250 and then 37 gold and 5 silver pieces. You're stuck. I can't. You need your nails stripped.
Good cat.
Okay. That's basically what Amtan did to last week. Well, last month.
Oh, sorry, I smacked you in the face. Did I smack you in the face?
Oh.
Did you smack your cat in the face?
Unintentionally. I don't want
And now
to.
he eats you.
Now he says, I know you're allergic to me, bitch. Let's go. Alright, so yeah, I guess we'll just kind of hold off until we have to go find the people we gotta go find.
Yep. So, fast forward.
Okay. So yeah, we'll Witcher style fast forward the spinny clock. What time did you guys want to meet up the next day?
Well, unless Chris or Amber's characters wanted to do anything.
Yeah, you can. I mean, Ted counts as off time, so if you guys wanted to buy anything, you could learn something, or start learning things if you wanted.
Ew, learning.
I know.
Kothar would
Right.
be tanning that displacer hide.
Yep, you can spend a couple of hours in the evening prepping that.
I would like to learn my herbalism kit stuff because I have it, but I don't think I'm proficient in it.
But I get it.
And I have it.
Yeah. So the way learning works. So for artisan tools, to learn it at a basic level, because you can do anywhere from journeyman all the way up to masterwork. But to learn your first level is 10 hours of study at 25 gold per hours of study.
I just wanted to see.
So you can spend a couple of hours. You could study all night and get really good at herbalism and take exhaustion if you really wanted.
Yeah.
Go to night school. Yeah.
Do 3 hours for 75 gold.
Okay. So, yeah.
While in town, before heading back to the inn for the night, I would like to see if I can find some sort of shop that sells magical items.
Oh yeah. Give me. Where are you? Which section would you like to look in the sea?
We came up from Terrace Hold, correct?
Yes.
I will see if I can actually make it back to the Relks Legion guild hall or whatever it would be
Yeah,
called.
you can do that for sure.
I'm looking for something that would make myself harder to hit.
All right. Yeah. Give me just an investigation check. Let's see who you find.
Nope.
All right. So you get back a little bit late. So instead of just like going around, you go to the main hold and you go to the armory. Is there any particular material you're looking for it to be made out of, like metal, leather, or just magical in any kind?
Probably either a ring or some possible bracers.
Yeah. So you go to the guild blacksmith, and they definitely have selections of braces. And in like the Inquisitor's stash, there are certain like a selection of rings and things that you can peruse through. Let me get that list for you.
Is the name of the shop Rings and Things?
It's not necessarily. It's like it's like the in-house store. So it's where they do it for. It's not really a shop, as it is like a boutique that's within the Inquisitor halls that is specifically for guild members.
Sure.
So, considering Chris's guild, they're going to go on the lighter armor side of things. A lot more stealthy stuff than if he was to go to like Rope's Legion, which is more militaristic, full plate mail style. style people. So stores. All right. So you go to the blacksmith. There is a female orc blacksmith called Nogi Nukesbury, and she's primarily the armor smith for the Legion. So she works mostly in leather and studded metals, but she also does other like basic metalworks for them, for the guild. And she's got an array of bracers, both magical and non-magical. So if you wanted to get them enchanted by something else, you can. And she can do fitted armors for you. And she does indeed have a set of braces of protection, having asked around.
And which ones are braces of protection?
They are the ones that provide, is it +1 or +2 AC? Oh no, braces of defense. So, braces of defense. The ones in the guild, they are 4,500 gold.
Okay, so we're not buying that.
Jeez.
But they would provide a AC of +2, those ones.
Give you something to save for.
I mean, we're pretty, yeah, like we have. I don't know why I'm trying to read without my glasses on. That's going to help me.
Let me read that.
It's like 1,000. We have almost 1,000 gold ish.
And,
I mean, I think
would a ring of protection be found also in this guild hall?
That's
Or armory, rather?
got the scroll, got the stone, got a cloak, a ring. Yes. So you can go. In your area, you've kind of got different sectors. So you go to the jewelers within, who've obviously focused on nexus, rings, all that kind of stuff, and some odd, wondrous items. And they also have a ring of protection.
And if I was to buy that, what would that set me back?
2,700 for a +1.
Chris is writing down numbers so he knows what to save.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And the last thing I would like to do is I would like to see if I could find either someone that deals with charms or things of that nature. And I would like to get something protection from cats, please.
Protection from cats. All right. So.
It's just a cucumber. You just throw it on the ground.
Yeah, it's a cucumber on some string.
I tried that with Bowie and he looked at me like, the fuck are you giving
Yeah.
me food on the floor for?
It's a cucumber for turning, and it comes on like a 5-meter string.
Or it's a rubber snake on a string.
Yeah. Get it from the artificers. What was it? The first one was protection from charming, yeah, or someone about charm.
No, just a personal trinket to carry with him that he believes protects him from cats.
Just a little spray ball.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yeah, so it could quite literally be a dried, shriveled cucumber on a string.
Yeah.
And you would be okay with it.
It's just a little air canister. You go.
Thing of water spray. Yeah. So I think you could probably find some eccentric in the stalls that could offer you protection from a cat, or at least believes they can offer you protection from a cat.
It's an orc that's deathly allergic to cat.
I would love
Yeah.
to see that role play.
Try to sell him the freaking fur, the skin of the displacer beast.
Yeah, so you find inside there's an alchemist's shop called Amog's Kiss, and it's a strange, like pebbled wall building that looks like pebbles have literally been thrown at a wall and are just kind of stuck there to make it stand out a little bit different from the rest of the stores here. And as you go in, you get really strong mix of lavender, like sweet lavenders, and then really earthy, mushroomy smells for some reason. And in the center, there's a koi pond with a single koi just swinging around. And then at the back, there is a male orc with really long hair that comes down to almost his waist, tied back, and like swung over his shoulder. No proper top, but just like a robe that's open, and some shorts. And he's just sitting on the counter drinking some tea.
I will nonchalantly browse, like I know what I'm looking for, but really don't.
Oh yeah, he's got mixes of loads of jars on the wall, some of the teas that offer apparent benefits to various ailments and performance-enhancing teas. Then he's got a selection at the back, which looks a bit more professional, and it's got these jars that are kind of like twist as they go up with different colors of just some almost sparkle, some are very dull, almost like they're absorbing light, and then there's a few that just look like colored water sitting in a bottle. And then he's got just nicks and knacks like teapots and little totems and necklaces and cheap rings and earrings and weird things like that just hang around in his store.
Okay, I'm going to make my way around the shop, just perusing all of those items and taking a few off the shelf and looking at them and whatnot, while making my way to the rack of necklaces and whatnot. Browsing through them, I'm going to ask the hippie orc if he has anything that would offer protection against felines.
Yeah, so this guy sitting there just literally leaning back, drinking tea. He's not even acknowledged that you're in the store yet. He just seems on another planet. And he, as soon as you start speaking, he snaps back into focus, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, I just didn't see you there. Protection from cats. How big are we talking? Tabaxi? You being followed by Tabaxi?"
Yes, there was a tabaxi once, but I was thinking something more of the house pet variety.
Allergies or
Yes, allergies.
yeah, that I can do. And he just pushes through loads of bottles. You just hear the clinking of glasses in the background, and then he pulls out this very light blue bottle, but it's almost like an aquamarine color that's almost like spinning in the bottle. And he pulls that out, shakes it, and goes, "Ah, this is what you need."
What's that?
This is protection from cats, as you'd say. And he pulls the lid off, and he just like rubs some right on your wrists, and then corks it back up. And he's like, "So just rub it together, activates immediately.
I was thinking something more permanent that I could wear, something that's not going to run out.
Permanent. And he sits there and just like drifts off for a second while he thinks. And he's like, I've got an idea. And he goes over to that rack of necklaces that you were looking through, and he shuffles through a few some, and then pulls out one that seems to have loads of. At first, it almost looks like teeth dangling down, and he pulls it over and just places it over your neck. And when you look down, it's a row of cats, what looked like small, like feline, like teeth, and then the center one is shaped like a vegetable. It's a bit stubby.
This is perfect. I'll take it.
Excellent. Is that for you, my friend? Do you show him anything showing that you're part of the guild, or?
No, I'm keeping this on the down low.
Okay. That, my friend, will be 5 gold.
Here's 10.
10. Big spend. I like you. You can come back again.
All right. And with my newfound confidence, I am going to make my way back towards the inn and head to bed.
Nice. So he waves goodbye, says good luck. May the tabaxi never follow you again. And then Sit picks up his tea, leans back, and slowly drifts off once more.
Okay. Dan, I would also like to, while I'm waiting for the Displacer Beast pelt to once you clean it and everything, you gotta wait for it to do its stuff.
Yep, it would take a while to stand.
Yeah, well, I'm waiting for that to happen, and I know it's not gonna happen overnight, but after I finish the Displacer Beast, I'd like to go work on the personal project that I was working on with the Swollbold leg.
Oh, right, yep.
So.
Making jerky, weren't you?
From
No,
the
not
meat.
jerky.
From the meat, I was using the meat to dry that. But there was
Dry
also
fine
something.
bits.
There's also something I was working on that I will discuss with you after and outside of
Okay.
the stream.
Then you can spend like an hour or so working on whatever that personal project may be.
Okay.
Anyone else?
While that is
Yeah.
happening, would I know of any individuals in the city that work with rune magic?
Yes. What kind of rune magic?
Um,
Or what kind of effect from rune magic are you looking for? Because you would know in the Mirror's Quarter there would definitely be people who knew rune magic, but they're more focused on elemental damage, protections,
okay.
weird interplanetary stuff.
Anything that could be used on a leather item that is not used as weapon or armor.
Yes.
That
Yep.
would provide some sort of benefit to the wearer.
Yes. Yeah. There's several people that you would be able to find. Being Mirror's Core deals with a lot of elements. There are several monks and other people who don't use traditional weapons. So yeah,
Okay.
you could find that.
Okay.
Were you looking to do that tonight?
No. I'm
Okay.
I'm just wondering if that's something I could find within the city.
Yes.
For
Yeah.
for,
So you.
for later. Because this project I'm working on is gonna take a little time.
Yeah. There's a pretty well-known place on the shores called the Coven of Elements that you would know about.
It's called what?
The Coven of Elements.
Coven?
Yes. Like a witch's coven.
Okay. Okay.
Cool. Did Saskia want to do anything tonight? Or is she just...
The only idea I had was to go back into that shop and see if that guy had anything for sale that would attract felines and slip it into Chris's pocket. But I have no other ideas. I am all set on weapons and I am all set on learning. So I think I'm good.
I mean, you can do that. You can stalk Chris if you want. Find out what he's up to. You're like, maybe.
Yep. I think I will be all set for tomfoolery this day.
Okay. For now. Alright, so you all get to rest. Chris has a great night's sleep, protected from cats as he is. And you all wake up the next day,
Alright.
ready to do whatever your plans do.
Okay. Would the Displacer Beast pelt be ready at this point to go to a crafter to create whatever it is we'd like to create with it?
Yeah, it's not like fully tanned, but it's in a position where they could start drawing up ready to create something, yeah.
Okay.
Because Displacer Beast skin is technically a magical pelt, so it doesn't react quite the same as like regular hide.
Yeah.
It's much smoother. It's almost like dealing with silk.
Okay.
It's much softer.
Would Kothar know if there is enough material on the main body of the Displacer Beast to make a large item, and then, like, the limbs could be used for something smaller?
You worked out last time that using the hide you could make an entire pair of boots or a cloak, but from the scraps you could make something small like a bracelet or something like that, or maybe like you could make a charm for a necklace, that kind of thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep the scraps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
What ward what section of the city would we be looking in for somebody to take care of this Displacer Beast pelt?
So you can either take it to one of your own guildsmen, depending who will obviously more like to know you, and being part of the guild you may get discounts.
Okay.
Especially now that you're adventurous members, you get certain benefits for being adventurous and being within your guild. Or you could go to the free markets, which is entirely made of artisans of literally any specialty you can imagine.
Okay.
They will have someone that can make something for you, for sure.
All right. Under the assumption that we've all met up at some point after a night's sleep. 1 second. Saskia, would you, as a practitioner of the magical arts, know what imbuements could be done on a Displacer Beast pelt?
Don't think my people would. I thought my people kind of dealt more with the living and the dead and less with crafting.
Yeah, it's like you're being a sorceress and also being you're technically a devil, aren't you?
Yeah.
So Saskia could probably help you find someone, but all of her power is innate rather than learnt.
Okay, then I will look for somebody in my guild to inform me what could be done with a Displacer Beast.
Yeah. Make an investigation check
Alright.
to see who you go to.
Oh yeah, I'm so good at those.
This entire group is amazing at investigation. Nothing will go unturned. Yeah, so the only thing you can think of is going to the Coven of Elements.
Okay.
Because you know they deal with enhancing armor and other
Okay.
remnants.
All right. So just a consultation of what could be done with this.
So, you go to one of the tailors that sit within the Coven of Elements is a bit like a circus tent, so it's a big tent,
Okay.
but pretty large, that sits on the coast, and inside you have predominantly element-based stuff, but there's a lot of enchanters. There are people that can bestow blessings from various elemental gods. And then there's the rune makers who can imprint onto objects. And then there are also certain like general enchanters within. But everything is mostly magical things. They don't really create stuff, but they can tell you what materials as being enchanters of various kinds.
Okay.
So they know that you can make a set of displacer boots, which are the essentially boots of Elvenkind, which give advantage on stealth checks.
Okay.
You can make a displacer cloak, which allows you to use the displacement ability,
Okay. That's right.
which gives disadvantage of attacks to your hit once activated. And you could also use it to as like a powerful material to perform general enchantments. It will make other enchantments cheaper due to its type of hide. So if you wanted to turn it into, say, a cloak of protection, it would reduce the price on enchanting with it.
Okay. So I'll take that information back to the group and ask. So who wants it? Who wants what, and this is what we can do with it.
I do have a lead on some armor that could make it harder to hit us. We could possibly give the hide in trade to possibly lower the cost.
Or they could use the hide to make the armor. If they don't have any, like, readily available.
True.
Yeah. If you were to make, say, I'm guessing you mean like braces of defense, it would drastically reduce the cost, because it would still need to be enchanted onto to get the bonus, but it would be a significantly cheaper process.
Okay.
Because you wouldn't have to pay for like the cost of the materials or anything. You would just be paying basically for labor.
Since it's enough for a cloak, could we get more than one set of bracers out of it?
Yeah, you could probably get 2 sets of braces out.
Okay. Do we want to check that route to see if we could get multiple sets of bracers at a lower cost?
That'd probably be the best plan. I actually have a shield this game, so I never have AC.
You don't have negative dex?
How big is your shield, just out of curiosity?
It's not a full shield.
Is it?
It's not
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
It's a wood shield. It's an arm shield.
My OBS is like
Buckler.
Yeah, thank you.
Pissy.
It'd be a little bit bigger than a buckler, but not by much.
So with a set of bracers, could we make a shield cover?
You could. Yeah, because you wouldn't be making a full item out of it.
Okay. Okay.
So bracers and a shield cover, is that what we're saying?
Possibly. It'd be cheaper than buying a magical shield.
That's true.
Significantly so.
But give you a bump right now, rather than waiting for you to pay for a magical shield. And I am dropping frames like cray-cray!
You moved places in the call.
You did.
That is never a thing that
You're
happens.
square now.
Oh, but we didn't change in the...
No, because it doesn't change for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Imagine how chaotic that would be if everyone saw their own screen. Yeah, so yeah, you could take that. You could take that over to What is the actual name of that building? I've completely forgot. It is Archon's Watch. That's what it's called.
And a half orc named Nogi Nukesberry.
Okay. Okay.
Back to my stores.
Who amongst us has the best negotiating abilities?
Probably me.
Probably Saskia. Being a succubus.
Yeah, I am not very likable.
All right. So yeah, let's. I guess before we have to go meet that dude at sunset, we can
Yeah.
go talk to this guy that the Githyanki found.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you get there, and there's the same orc woman. She's not like the male orc who's a green orc. She's a very dark brown orc. Her skin almost looks like a tough leather. And she has very, very short hair and tattoos that run from the side of her head down her shoulders. But yeah, she's in her shop if you wanted to go talk to her. Yeah.
Okay.
Who's doing the talkie talks?
That'd be Saskia.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm reading my shit. So, we'd be looking to make some bracers, if that were a possibility for your skill set.
She looks back over at Vera and says, "Braces of protection by any chance?"
Braces of protection would be right.
Yeah.
We found some new materials to work with.
Materials. Show me what you got.
Who's currently holding?
I'm holding it.
You hold it like
Give
you're
her a sample.
Yeah, I'll just pull like I'll just like basically pull a little bit out of my pack.
Small.
Alright, yeah. She taps table and says, "Can you put down and see what we can do with this?" Yeah. So she rolls out the freshly tanned, now slightly smelly skin from the tanning process. Rolls it out and she goes, and you see as it's sitting there, now it's starting to like almost cure from the tanning process. It has a pearlescent sparkle to it. Not sparkle, but like as you look at it, it almost looks like oil. And it's almost as if it's moving while just laid out, which you think would probably give it its displacer quality. And as she looks through it, she pulls out a large metal ruler and starts measuring out how much hide you've got. She says, "Yeah, I could use this. It's good quality. It's fresh. Could certainly save you a lot of money. Are any of you part of the guild?"
We're all
That
part
would
of a
be me,
guild.
right?
Are you going to show her your
I
your
will.
coin?
I will show her my coin. Yes.
Okay. She goes, adventurous. Perfect. Then this might be for you. And she says, I've got two options for you. The innate properties of this means I could make a cheaper set of braces. Just cost labor. But it would only give you half the benefit. Or I can do the full enchantment process, enhance its innate abilities, and give you a full set of braces of defense. So the price of the half one, so the cheaper ones would just be +1 rather than +2. But that would only cost you 500 gold. But if you want the +2 version, it would be 1200 gold for the set.
I'm going to cough and kick Kothar in the back of the knee.
What?
That's a fantastic deal.
Okay. Do you have the money?
Yes.
Kothar will ask the shopkeep, with the materials we have available, with the set of the I look back, the set of the better bracers?
I don't nonchalantly go around.
For the better bracers, would there be enough material for something that would assist in? I'll point to Maris's to her shield, maybe.
Shield instead of braces?
No. So it's a big beast.
Yeah.
His forearms are not that big. I've seen them.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm gonna help you on that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
good.
That's a lot of dice.
I'm gonna let Saskia like just
Give
kind
a
of.
wink.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Saskia do like the persuading on this. Like she's gonna say something very persuasive into this. Because you don't want me making a persuasion check.
22. It's pretty persuasive. So she has a think, and she picks up a shield off the wall and just slaps it down. And like slides it underneath and starts measuring out like a circular thing around it, and then pulls out a set of thin parchment that you can almost see through, and she lays that down on top. And then she's kind of like trying to put a jigsaw piece together. She's like, I could probably do that.
Okay. How much scrap material would be left over?
That would consume everything with the needing to do all the inlining, having to reuse it to make all the patterns and.
No,
Wait,
are you gonna make a shield from this, or just a cover?
A cover,
Okay.
but the braces, they're pretty intensive.
But his forearms are so tiny.
It's less about his forearms, more about the process.
Do I have any scrap materials from the tanning process?
Yeah, you took the scrap that you've got.
Okay, so I already have some scrap material that I can use for something that can
something
make
small.
magically imbuing stuff a little bit cheaper. Okay. No, never mind then. All right. How much does the shield cover?
500. Same as the cheap braces.
And what'll that do for the shield, just out of curiosity?
It'll give an additional +1 to the shield. So it'll go from a +2 to a +3.
I look back at Maris.
How much money?
500.
Okay, I give money.
All right.
I subtract money.
Same thing to
So-
Viren. Same thing to Viren.
Yeah, and that was
1200 for that one.
1200 for the bracers of defense.
Mm-hmm.
And about how long will this take you?
So it's a day's labor per creation. So 3 days to make all 3 items. Or I could bring in one of my apprentices to help with the shield cover, take a day off.
How good are your apprentices?
Good enough to make a shield cover.
Now that's up to Maris. Do you want an apprentice working on your shield cover?
Yeah, that's fine.
That'll cost me an extra 50 gold in wages, but
Do you want
To
to
do
pay
it
an extra 50 gold in wages, Maris? Because this ain't
No.
benefiting me. I've tanned this. This is all for you guys at this point.
mind. I will just wait.
Wait 3 days. Okay.
what's the priority in these?
You said it would take you 3 days.
Yeah, but
Which
you could
one?
pick one up tomorrow.
We'll just come back in 3 days.
Okay. Yeah, done. Have you guys like thrown a ridiculous amount of gold onto the table?
I have not. The other ones have.
Yeah.
Excuse me, yes.
Did you get both braces and the shield cover? Yeah.
Yep.
So that's
Yes.
2,900 gold. Cool. So she pulls out a little metal box from under the counter, opens it, and just scoops all of this gold into the box.
Wait, 2,900.
Yeah.
It was 1,200 for the bracers
Per set of braces.
per set.
No, I thought we only did one.
Yeah, we only
set.
did one set with the shield cover.
Alright, yeah, you could make one. And then you could... No, you rolled to see if you could get an extra item out. So you could make 2 sets of braces if you wanted.
Oh.
Or you could keep the material for something else. But it would be... So you could make another small to medium item.
Okay. So I didn't realize we had material left over for another set of bracers plus the shield.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize it was
'Cause
2
the-
sets plus the shield. I thought it was 1 set plus the shield.
Amber rolled real high.
Okay.
And she rolled a skill check to see if she was a good enough craftsman to make it.
We'll take the extra material for later use.
Yeah, you could use those on other sets of braces.
Or something else in the future to make something else imbued cheaper.
Yep. Okay, yeah. Make 1 set of braces and shield cover.
So yeah, that'd be 1,700 instead of... Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she pulls all that gold, because that's a fair chunk of gold, weight-wise, shoves it in this thing, and it kind of just... You don't hear anything hit the bottom, it just kind of... makes like a whoof sound as it goes in.
So
and
she
disappears.
has a gold pouch of holding.
You've got a chest of holding.
Ah.
So it's like a money box about
Yeah.
this big, with loads of locks across the front. Basically her till. Yeah, and she slides that back underneath. It clicks into place underneath, and she goes, "Right, give me a few days, and I'll have these ready for you."
Okay.
Sweet.
And then she takes the pelt off the counter and goes and hangs it up for it to finish doing its final bit of tanning.
I'll get the scrap at the end of that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so when she's done, she'll hand back the bit that she didn't use.
Yeah. Like, no, cut it now. I'm just kidding.
It just cuts in half. Yeah?
Okay. Alright. How much time do we have until we have to meet what's his face?
It was...
Evening,
Dusk.
like sunset, yeah.
Yeah. So you've got... It's still, like, late morning. Unless you guys really laid in.
Yeah, Brad.
You got a good, like, 5-6 hours.
So what do y'all want to do for 5-6 hours?
You also need to find out where it is.
Oh yeah, we should probably look around to see where the fuck that place is. Like a great idea. Oh, our note taker's back. Where is this place at, Em?
I actually spelled my nose. 2 days sunset series at the quarter.
The Quarter. So we know the place is called the Quarter. Do we know where the Quarter is?
I don't know, do we? Does one
No.
of us?
You know a bit about the people that were taken, so you could make an educated guess of where to look. So if you remember, they had a necklace that had a pair of shapes intertwined.
Okay.
As like a... One of them had it as a necklace, one had it tattooed on their skin, but it's the same icon.
Okay.
And you know that they were working for someone who acquires expensive or rare items.
They're probably in the quarter? Mary's quarter?
Okay, so they have that symbol. Do we know what that symbol means? Did we ever discover that? Does anybody have any idea?
No. make a history check. Chris is most likely to know. But whoever's good at history could also make a check.
That wouldn't be
My
me.
notes say,
You also know the name of something they spoke about called the Many-Eyed.
yeah.
Oh, yes,
many
yeah.
eyes, that's what I was
Which
gonna
we thought,
say.
which we initially think is a beholder.
hmm
You want a history check?
Yeah.
Good lord.
Is anyone helping him with it?
Yeah,
Oh, I
I'll help
suppose.
him.
Does anyone else have history? Or
I'm not proficient.
it's
We-
more
We have the same bonus.
underground knowledge. Who's likely to know that? Maybe Saskia.
Would I though?
Who these people are, it's possible you might know who they are.
Alright, I'll help him out.
Okay. 16. 16. Yeah, so with the help of Amber, you don't know exactly what these are, but Saskia has heard of an organization that helps people within her guild acquire interesting items for experiments. Sometimes it's people, sometimes it's items, but you recognize that logo as an organization that does acquire those. But as far as you know, they're actually based in the Undercity. And with Chris's help, as someone who works for Archon's Watch, you would know a bit more about the Undercity in general, and it triggers your memory that there is actually several locations of underground gangs that have questionable legitimacy that do have this icon.
So to the Undercity
Hmm?
then?
Maybe.
Do we know how to get into the Undercity?
Oh yeah, the Undercity is not like a mysterious place that's hard to get to. There are certain
Alright,
parts of it that
so
are
it's not a clever name. It's
literally an
an
Undercity.
actual
Yeah,
Undercity.
because it's Klaksa's not a one-layered sea. Some of the residents, like kobolds, goblins, they prefer to be underground. So there's actually several layers that go much deeper. Certain sectors have actual mines under the city that go pretty deep, and there are caverns below that have housing built into them.
Okay.
So there's every section has its like a primary route down, and most gateways. So all the gates in the center, they also have a set of stairs that go downwards.
Okay.
But there's several like trade routes if you want to take like roads downwards.
Do we think the place called the Quarter would be down there?
The quarter was a building, right? Not a location.
Yeah, it's a building, not a location.
So so
So I would say that from your 16-year-old, you know the Quarter is likely a meeting house, like a meeting location, rather than where they go to make contact with operatives, rather than a home base. So
Okay.
it's probably like a tavern or something public where people can meet.
Okay. So I guess some of us should ask around about where we can find the Quarter.
Mm-hmm.
you can split up and ask.
Split the body.
No splitting up and asking. Ask.
I mean,
Somebody
we're in town, so I might not be such a
You're
bad
you're
thing.
also in Archon's Watch, which happens to be the place with all of the city spies that Chris happens to work for.
Oh, that works for us.
They're known as like an Inquisition, but they keep tabs on the less openly criminal behavior.
Okay. yeah. So I'll ooh, we rested, so I can put that back up. That back up. Let's go. I'll start asking around about where we can find the quarter. I've heard that the quarter has, I don't know, nice ambience.
Make an investigation check.
Oh yeah, we're so great at that.
This is
Let's
That's
look
not
at
bad.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
It's not terrible.
Yeah. So you go. Where would you go? Are you just grabbing random people, or are you looking?
Yeah, I'm not grabbing random
Or
people.
are you gonna do? Or are you gonna go to? Because this place will have list. It has like an internal library of known things that you could go ask within. That'd probably make sense.
I would, you know what? I would ask the before we left the orc lady.
The orc lady?
Yeah, ask if she heard of it.
Yeah. Let's see. Have she heard of it? All right. Yeah. You go back, and she's currently just preparing and drawing lines.
Yeah.
To map out stuff at the moment.
Yeah, we probably like stopped right outside. Right outside, we left the building and stopped right outside. Like, have this conversation like we do now, guys.
Oh shit. Yeah. So you go ask her, and she goes, "The quartering. You looking to buy something? Sell something?
Maybe.
I might know. Where did you hear of the quartering from?
A person that we met
Fair enough.
and had a very brief conversation with.
Make a persuasion check.
Not a lie.
It's not a lie. You're not deceiving, that's for sure.
Oh shit. Not bad.
17. Oh, 17 again. She goes. Alright. So she pulls out her ledger and flips it to the back and scrolls through a few names. And she gives you the name of speak to Mr. Kitcher and go to the free markets and head to the market square by building is it? I remember things. By the full name? Yeah, by Majir Mal Balos Valam.
I'm not writing that down.
Does anyone speak Draconic?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, lizard folk.
Lizard don't have to speak Draconic. You know that is the city name for Glorious Guild Hall of the Artisan and Merchants.
Jesus Christ. Glorious.
Draconic's a much simpler language.
Glorious Guild Hall of what?
It's the Glorious Guild Hall
Artisan-
of Artisan and Merchants.
Yeah.
Because they're all artisans and merchants.
Jesus, good lord.
They have many guild halls, but this is the most glorious. That's where the leading council, the free folk.
Okay. Okay.
So it's you would know where to find that pretty easily.
Okay.
Sweet. To the place and things. Yes.
Yes, to the place and the things.
On the
Yeah, so you head over there. It's going to take you a couple of hours, like about 2 hours to get there.
Okay.
And you get to the massive guild hall, and then there's a big open square, and around it is loads of other minor guild halls for different artisans, for merchants, for traders. There's stonemasons, blacksmiths, tailors, pretty much anything you can imagine. There's this huge square Within the center, there's a giant set of fountains that are all marvelously made. The fountain with 4 koi heads sticking out, each with different colors of water that it almost seems to change color every few minutes. Like, way
RPG
over
lighting.
the top. Everything's lined with gold and platinum. So all of the buildings literally have gold embedded within them for all the names of the buildings. And it's way more over the top than any other part of the city you've been to. Everything is immaculately clean. Everything's made out of a mixture of beautiful like marbles with streaks that go through it, and rare solid stones to make these buildings. And then on an off street, towards where there's actually a section of several bars that are all next to each other, there's one called the Quarter.
All right. So we found the Quarter, but we were supposed to talk to Mystic Kitcher for whatever reason.
No, they said speak to them within the Quarter.
Oh.
They're
Okay.
basically giving you a contact. that you
Contact
can
in the
speak to.
Quarter. Gotcha. Okay.
So you don't just sit in there and look for a random suspicious person.
All right.
Because you had no idea who you were meeting.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You had a name of a building and you were going to go there.
Yep. So all right. So before we go in, we kind of need to get our story straight. So are we looking to purchase sapphires or unload sapphires?
Do we have any sapphires still?
No, but they don't know that.
You handed those back in when you collected your reward.
We did, but we
You
know
do.
somebody is looking for a fuck ton of sapphires.
You also have an empty tray,
Ooh.
Yeah.
which
That's
yeah.
true. I cannot decept.
I can decept.
So the less decepting I can.
If only there was one of you that could do the talkie talks.
Yay, talkie talk person.
If only.
I'm just a horse.
The lizard folk.
No.
You
No.
said we have an empty tray where sapphires were.
Yeah. So part of when you found the items, you found several sets of trays in a jewel box.
Yeah.
One of them had all the sapphires that had been stolen, and another one was just an empty tray
Wait.
where they took the whole box.
It
They
had.
didn't. They saw there were sapphires and they just took everything.
So that one tray did have all the sapphires that were stolen?
Hmm. Yeah, the other tray was empty.
Okay.
You don't know what was in it.
Saskia, do you have the magical ability to create an illusion?
Ooh, wait.
What?
Wait.
Only of myself.
I've got that hat of disguise.
Turn yourself into a sapphire.
No. I can make myself look like that lizard folk.
Good.
And then, I mean, if they were to touch me, it wouldn't be like, oh, this is clearly not a lizard folk.
Why aren't you fair? Yeah, turn yourself into the dog man.
So if we had the container that the sapphires were in, if we could create an illusion that made it look like it was filled with sapphires, you dressed as a lizard folk. That was the one with the red streaks and whatnot in his scales. Could definitely tip the scales in our favor in terms of bluffing our way in.
Yeah, so I can, that hat, we got the hat of disguise. Whatever it was called. Which I believe is an attunement item.
Yep.
Which I would have, since I kept it, I would have attuned to it
Yep.
the previous night.
Yeah, you can say you did that overnight.
Yeah. So I would, because that was in my mind when we got this from them. I'm like, oh yeah, no, we could do this.
It's been a while.
Yeah. It has. It's been 2 months. So yeah, I can use the hat of disguise to make myself look like the lizard folk.
I think Saskia said that she can disguise self as well.
Yeah.
So you could also be a dog man.
He could be the dog man, yes.
Dynamic duo.
Yeah.
Well, from what we heard, the lizard folk wasn't the talker anyways. The dog man was the one that was going in and talking to people.
So that works out.
Hmm.
I think the lizard folk is probably the muscle.
Maybe.
A hinge.
Yeah. So you guys gonna? How do you guys wanna play this? Because you've still got what, three-ish hours until the meet.
Well, we know where it's at now, so we
Let's
can
get drunk.
we can go in and sit and relax for a hot minute.
Yep.
I would say Viren and Maris would remain in there while Saskia and I leave, go disguise ourselves, and return.
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah. So you guys scope out the bar for a bit. It's not a huge bar. It looks like there's because there's so many bars here. They all seem to just have like specialty drinks and things like that. So you can go and it's the middle of the day, so you can find yourself a table pretty easily. Make yourself look a bit inconspicuous. Spend a few hours there. It's mostly a single story, but it does have a small upstairs, which seems to just be the storeroom because they don't have a basement here. And then there's just a small bar with only 5 seats, and then there's 3 or 4 tables which are all booths. And in the center there's just the bar itself. And then you've got like just places to lean against the bar around it. It's like a square bar in the center with some booths around it.
Since I'm a horse,
Mhm.
probably I'm not sitting anywhere.
Because this is a city
You're
of
tied off
beasts,
outside.
there are many large creatures that occupy the city. So each set of tables is actually got like one place for one large person.
Oh.
So it's not chairs. It's just somewhere you can just kind of stand or sit.
It's a horsey
Okay.
stall.
So I'll go wherever.
You can try and sit on a chair if you want.
And hang out by that table and order some mead.
Mead. Yep.
Mead.
Yeah, you get yourself some mead.
I thought you said weed for a
Right.
second.
Yeah, get that too. Get yourself some brownies and some mead. You have a good few hours. And then you get the feeling that it's getting close to time that you need to do something
All right.
or to prepare.
We will nonchalantly stroll out and never come back in.
Yeah.
Well, Saskia and I will leave while Viren and Maris remain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll stay.
We'll wait 15 minutes or so. Change and like go into an alleyway somewhere near here. We'll walk
Yep.
away out of sight
Mm-hmm.
and do our
Yep. A
Switcheroo.
lizard folk and a minor devil walk into an alleyway and just never return.
Better than the bathroom.
Is there-
less conspicuous.
Is there an alley? Okay. Is there an alleyway that we could walk down, turn, and then come out a different location on the same street?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this area is filled with like cramped buildings that are just propped up near each other.
Okay.
So there's like loads of
So
back
it's not
alleys.
that
link
we
all
never
these
come
roads
out.
together.
We obviously are coming out somewhere else.
Yep. Yeah, you can just go around. You come around. You find out it's called the quarter because there's 4 bars in one plot of land, and this is the first quarter that you come to.
Okay.
And then the other ones are on the road, and then you walk around like an L road around the back of all 4.
Okay.
And you walk in one side and you come out however you remember the characters from last time.
Yes. Come out
Yes.
looking just like them
Exactly like those people we definitely remember.
from 2 months ago. Yes, no, we absolutely look just like them.
Perfect.
Because it's only been a couple days in game.
Yeah.
Yep. So
So we're gonna say that with a 12 intelligence, Kothar can remember a couple days of what this other lizard folk looks like.
it is also another lizard folk, so it's not really that big of a change for you.
Yeah.
It's just some minor changes.
Yeah.
I think you're mostly just changing the hue of you. You are now a lighter lizard folk.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So in the time that they've been gone, the other two, you notice a male Dragonborn come in. He's in almost like business attire, as if he works in one of the artisans here, with a cloak that goes about halfway down, and you can see that he's got several satchels on like a bandolier style
He's a cook.
thing, and he's carrying a tube that looks like a map tube. And he comes in and sits down, raises his hand to the bartender, and the bartender just brings him a drink without saying a word. And he sits there and just pulls out a book and starts reading while sipping on his drink. And then as the other two, as you come back in, he looks up and stares at Saskia dead in the eyes and nods, and then goes back to reading his book.
I guess we're gonna go to a separate side of the bar and also order drinks. And completely ignore him for the time being.
Okay. Yeah, you can you go sit at the bar itself, so you can kind of keep tabs on what he's doing, and order yourself some drinks.
I will not order a drink.
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
I'll just
you're
get water.
Yeah. And sits there, finishes his drink, looks over to the barkeep again, and the guy brings out another drink. And he's pounded his first drink in like 10 minutes max. He's on to his second. But he's still he's now got like a quill out, and he's just writing some notes in this book that he's reading through.
Okay.
He occasionally looks over out the corner of his eye to see if anyone's paying attention to either of you or to him.
Okay.
This one we just sit here for an hour and he gets up and walks.
We didn't ask the right questions of the dead bodies, did we?
Huh?
I said we didn't ask the right questions of the dead bodies, did we?
They kind of didn't want to answer us either.
They weren't lying, but they weren't being the most forthcoming. But they did give you some secret information.
Saris. It should be. They were supposed to meet Saris at the quarter at sunset.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Saris.
Then I'm gonna lean over towards Saskia and be like, you think that's Saris?
I think we should go find out.
We could ask the barkeep.
Like, you definitely know that he recognized you because he literally looked you like dead in the eyes, as if he knew exactly who you were. Even though you don't recognize him at all, but he seems to recognize you.
So we'll sit next to him.
So wait, hold on. As a lizard folk, the name's Saris.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound draconic?
Yeah, a little
Okay.
draconic.
Okay.
It's definitely in the Dragonborn lizard folky
Okay. Okay.
lectern.
So that makes it a little more like that's probably the person who was most to me. All right. So you said you're gonna go sit next to him, Saskia.
Yeah.
I will follow. I will stand behind Saskia.
Yeah. Yeah, if we think it's like a circular table. He's like sitting in the middle, you go sit on one end, and you like just lean against the wall or something.
Yeah, I'll kind of
Like on the partition.
and not necessarily be paying attention to what's going on here, like be scanning the crowd, sort of thing, like as the lookout.
Mm-hmm. Are you actually looking out, or just pretending to?
I mean, I can actually look out and kind of like just scan the crowd and still remotely pay attention to what's going on.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Make a perception check. I can percept. I cannot percept right now.
Nope.
Terrible.
You do
I have
notice
I have a +6, you guys.
there's a pair sitting in the other booth who keep looking over and then go back to the drinks.
Do I see them looking over?
Oh yeah, it's Baron.
I will look at the people sitting in that booth and just scowl.
Yep. Yeah. So she scowls at you, Baron. Yeah. So this Dragonborn doesn't stop reading his book. He just looks up to you for a second, and then
I'm gonna ask
looks
how's
down
the boss.
and like taps his pen. She's good. You?
Are they pleased?
In many ways. You're like, what do I do with this information?
Nope, I just went to a Laura Bailey place.
We need to get a harp sound effect.
Nope. Are they pleased? In many ways.
When I see
Oh.
them get up there, or start to go up there, I'm going to hold person. If I see
Okay.
that guy try to run away.
All right. Yeah, I'll say you don't. If you did hold, then you'd lose the spell after 6 seconds. So I'd say you're on alert.
You're just getting ready, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So if he was to leave unexpectedly, you'd get like a surprise round.
I'm gonna ask him how the last shipment went.
As expected, everything was accounted for. Have you got the next one?
We do.
Excellent. He pulls out one of the little bags that's hanging off his like bandolier thing, puts it on the table, and then just pulls it out, and it seems to like just stretch sideways, as if like the bag itself has grown. And then he puts that one down, and then he pulls out another one, which seems to be coin.
Okay. The jewelry case that we have, is it glass topped or is it a wood top? So it's just
it's a very light wood, but it's reinforced by metal around the outside, so you can't see through.
inside. Okay.
No.
Okay. I think I still have that.
You would do the pack meal.
Yeah, I am basically. Technically, the Centaur is a pack meal, but so I will. As I'm.
Hand it to me.
I will hand it to.
Yeah.
To-
So you
I'll pull
you
it out
like
of my
slightly
pack and
just hand it straight
Like
back.
I will, like slyly, like kind of nonchalantly, out of sight as much as I can, hand it to Saskia from like. So it's a circular table and he's in a corner.
Yeah. So Saskia's like right on the end,
So
and
she's
he's
right-
kind of like
So I'd be,
almost in the middle.
I'd
and
be
it's just off
standing
there.
behind Saskia. I would pass it to Saskia where she's like between her and the wall.
Okay. Yeah. So she's just like, grabbing it from behind.
No, like down low.
Oh, okay.
So she'd
yeah,
be grabbing
almost
it from
under
like
the table kind
yeah,
of thing.
yeah.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
So I'm going to show it off to him, but I'm going to lean on it as if not letting him have it yet. I'm not
Yeah.
giving it up.
Yeah. Well, he's not asking for to carry it. He's gesturing to put into a bag. But he looks over. He nods and he slides across this bag.
And ask him how many more shipments he expects from us.
We're almost there. I think only a couple more should do.
Is it possible for us to see the boss herself?
Looking for more business?
Exactly.
We can do that.
I'd like to arrange it as soon as possible.
Well, I need to go hand this in if you would like to accompany me.
That would be perfect.
Yeah, so he
Put the thing in the
pushes this-
bag.
Yep, and he slides you a coin purse. It slides in and it's goes aside and it keeps the it kind of fills the bag for a second and then it shrinks back down to a regular bag. He then pulls the cord, it tightens, and he clicks it back onto his bandolier.
Can I lean in to Saskia and quietly, without him overhearing, say something to her?
You can certainly try.
What do I need to roll?
Sleight of hand?
Okay.
Or...
Roll a 1. Just yell it.
Hello!
Sleight of
A
hand?
9? Oh, no.
No.
Wasn't it?
Fucking
6. Even worse.
Even worse.
Do you think he knows?
Yeah,
No.
it's
I was gonna. I'm saying. I would say something like. Do you think we can bring our friends in for some extra, so they can make some money too?
Yeah, he overhears this and goes, "You've been trustworthy. I could make arrangements. Are they coming with us?"
They could. I'm quietly saying this to Saskia, like she's gonna relay the information. I'm not as quiet as I think I am.
Yeah, he's still reading through his book and he just answers you because he just hears you straight away.
Yeah.
So you're like, and then he takes out his thing. He writes in something and he shuts the book and goes, "Huh. So how many friends?" Okay. He
Saskia
puts
talk.
the book back into a little pouch that is under here and disappears. The quill just vanishes. You don't know where that's gone. He slides his book away, and he finishes his drink, and turns upside down, puts it on the table, and says, "Well, I'm ready to go when you are."
I'm going to call them over.
Yep.
Out of character, it'd be so much easier to do it this way than try to have the clippity-cloppity centaur sneakily follow us.
To be fair, I float.
Yeah, she can make no sound if she wants.
Yeah, floaty float.
She does it for dramatic
But
effect.
we also don't know where we're going,
She
so we don't know
carries,
if they could easily
a pair
get
of
to
stones
us.
or coconuts in her hands as she floats along. Yeah, so he stands up from the other side of the table, straightens out his thing, and he starts heading towards the door. He's like, "Shall we?"
We shall.
Yeah, and he nods to the barkeeper on his way out, and just walks out the door.
How long does this disguise last?
That's what I was just checking.
Mine's infinite.
I believe 1 hour.
Okay.
Disguise self lasts 1 hour,
Oh,
but you can recast it.
With the hat, I think it's only a one-time use. Per day.
Nope. As long as you're wearing the hat, you can recast it.
Sweet.
You just
Let's
use,
get there
use an
quickly.
action to cast Disguise Self.
Ah.
It doesn't have a charges limit.
Okay.
You basically get like the Warlock trait.
Okay. So I can do it before it drops.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you would know roughly when the effect's about to drop.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm guessing Viren and Maris get up and start following.
Yep.
Okay. I assume you've already paid like your bar and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so he leads you off towards one of the gates. So there's like one of the nearby gates for this quarter has one of the sets of stairs that goes down, and it's like a gateway on one side, and then there's just a hallway on the other. Think if you know the City of Ogrimmar in WoW, where you have the side piece to the main gates, where it just spirals down or spirals up, depending on what you want to do on the gates. Basically got one of those in each gate on the right side. And you head into there, and as you go in, the temperature is... it feels pretty cold, like the stones feel pretty cold, but there's warm air, like slowly coming up, causing a breeze from the bottom. And it has a very earthy smell with herbs and sulfur and weird minerals that seems to change depending as you start walking down. And you can peer over the center and see torches that lead all the way down, and you can see at least 6 torches heading down as you head further down. And you go down this grey ramp. It's kind of a slightly uneven ramp, but it's better than stairs that heads down. And you head down to the first layer.
How long did it take to get here, just out of curiosity?
Oh, not long. So these gates are fairly frequent throughout the city.
Okay.
Through the different like internal sectors. Not necessarily for protection, but more convenience.
Yeah.
Just signify where different areas are. So you've only been going about 10 minutes to get to this gate,
Okay.
and then you spend another 10 minutes walking down. You come to a large archway made out of just the stone itself. It's clearly where a cavern has been discovered and then turned into living quarters,
Okay,
essentially.
So just
Mhm.
close to that hour mark, I would ask for the little lizard's room.
Lilith's room. Alright, so it's not much further, but if you really need to go, I can wait a minute. So you can either try and find another bar to go into and go to use theirs, or you can just kind of like disappear into a back alley somewhere.
Yeah, I'll probably just disappear into an alley and do it.
Yeah, so you both find your way of recasting it if you need to, and then get back on your way. And your area you're in now is very different to the top. It's very busy down here. It's got really high ceilings. So you've walked 10 minutes straight down to get to this first floor. So you're now pretty far underground. Not super deep, not in mines level, but this cavern opens out and you can see all the way up to the ceiling. There are houses built into the rock itself, and then there's streets that have been built within them, and then there's with sets of buildings that form these really windy roads that lead around. This area of the city doesn't seem to have proper roads, it's all footpaths, so everything's a little bit narrower, so you're not looking at like 20-30 foot wide streets, you're looking at 10 to 15 foot wide streets here, with people walking either side. The sand here, not sand, the stone, is kind of like a sandy yellow texture, lit by just lanterns that are actually just held off the top of the cavern, which then has really brightly coloured fabrics just linking across all of the buildings, to feel like the ceiling is lowered to about 20 feet with all these fabrics and stuff that's hanging off, but then there's clearly other space above that goes another 10, 15, 20 feet upwards above the lanterns themselves. but it causes everything to be pretty bright down here, with a soft yellow glow from all these lights that are hanging around. And he leads you leftwards firstly, and then through some streets, into an area that opens up in the side of the wall. And here you can see a much more open space. It's still busy on the streets, but this area seems a bit more well guarded. It's not like it's a compound or anything. There's just a huge set of doors that's 15 foot wide, huge double doors that go 25 feet up into the air. Huge doors, which has a pair of guards standing by it with giant halberds that they're just kind of like leaning on them, and they're just leaning against the wall. But the doors are wide open, and above it, you see the name in it just being common, this location, and it's called the Cavern of Vices.
The cavern what?
The Cavern of Vices.
Of vices.
Yes.
Ah, Saskia like this.
Quite possibly. Yeah. So this you can garner from the outside it's not a tavern as such. It's more like a casino. So you guys, he leads you through the main doors. Do you guys look at the guards as you go through, or are you just kind of like following as he's like going into the room?
I'll take a glance over.
So these guards, they're wearing breastplates,
Okay.
but they're really furry, and their heads almost look like bears. But they've got these halberds on. They're not wearing helmets at all, but the halberd blades is kind of like almost resting on their face because they're about 9 foot tall. But they're both just leaning back. Look like they're just like large bouncer types.
Okay.
For the undersea. And you go in, and the air as you go in cools dramatically. It's a nice soft temperature as you go in. The streets are pretty hot being down here, but this cavern's way larger compared to the main streets, and has a nice airflow going through it, and has very citrusy smell to this place. Almost like freshly cut limes and lemons, just like wafting through. The inside goes from being the hard cavern floor to being covered in like in a soft green moss that acts almost like a carpet. Which you go from walking on the hard floor, it's much nicer being in here, and there's a set of huge tables on either side. These tables have about a dozen people between them, playing various card games against dealers. Some are playing against each other, and then up ahead, directly in front, you can see a set of stairs going up into a secondary cavern, and you can just about make out a bar at the back wall. And then there's a door on either side, like open doors on either side out of this room. And in fact, I believe I can show you if I set the room up properly.
Yeah.
You are in the Cavern of Vices. There we go. Alright, I just need to drag you on.
Oh, okay.
I've just thrown you randomly into this room. There you go. There you go. So you're in this large cavernous space that's had the walls carved rather than letting them naturally form. You've got the staircase leading up in front of you. Little beacons around the room that give you bright light everywhere you look,
Okay.
as if it's daylight on the inside. And then there's about a dozen people in this main room. You can see more people sitting up at the bar. You can hear other people on either side, and then you can hear music coming out of the right side.
Okay. Where is the dragon Dragonborn in relation to us?
So the Dragonborn, he walks in and he says, "Have you been here before?" And he looks directly at you two.
Shake my head. Nope.
Nope. It's like, huh. Oh, come with me. And he leads you off to the room on the left. And you go in, and in here, it's a bit quieter in here, so you can still just about hear the music faintly. But the crowds from the other room are much softer in here, and there's just people sitting around, drinking, smoking pipes, and all that kind of stuff in this room. And you can see another room up in the end, which has service people going in and out with drinks and food. And he goes to this door that's in the left again, to the bottom left of this map, which has a guard standing on it, and on the front it says staff only.
Same type of guard?
No, this is a much smaller guard.
Okay.
This appears to be a tabaxi.
Dan, is the map supposed to be black?
It is not.
I have a black stripe across my
Oh,
head.
do you guys not have?
I see it.
Why is
I see some of the map.
Go ahead and zoom out because we're in one room that you should be able to see.
It should be. Yeah, it's a pretty big map. That's mostly
I'm
lit.
at 10% and it's all black.
Oh.
Huh.
Do you have dark vision?
Yep.
Let's.
At 30%, I have like 2 triangles of the room.
I have that issue sometimes on Chrome where it's
yours,
just
yours
black.
should be working. Yours should be working. Is yours working, Em?
Yeah, mine's fine.
Cool.
Usually I'm the first one.
That's better.
There we go.
And there's still triangles outside, but I can at least see the room we're
There
in.
we go. Yeah. So the outside is kind of like just like a triangle that leads inwards from the rocky space, and you should be in a big room with two giant tables at the moment.
Yeah.
So he leads you to the room on the left. Speaks to the tabaxi at the door, who then turns around, gets a key out, opens the door, and opens it.
Does the tabaxi act weird when Viren walks near them?
Not weird, no. Just has a. It looks over all of you, but because you're with the Dragonborn, it doesn't think much of it. But isn't attacking Chris or anything.
Is it shying away from Viren?
Make a perception check.
No, this is Tonya asking.
Oh. Does your character?
No, my character
out of
doesn't.
character.
My character does not know about whatever Viren bought.
Yeah, you can see the tabaxi kind of like. It looks like it's like holding back a sneeze.
Okay.
But it's like trying to keep a serious, stern face going. As I smack the table.
Okay.
Yeah. So you now they lead you into an office. And there's just like a desk in here. There's a really big blank wall at one end with some bookcases next to it, and this one's less formed than the other one. It's a bit rougher shape. It seems to just be like a manager's office. There's a pair of desks in here. He walks over to the big wall at the bottom, takes out a coin, and slides it into the wall itself, and then just walks straight through the wall.
Okay.
I'm gonna run headfirst through the wall.
Yeah, you walk straight through the wall. And on the other side is a staircase, where the Dragonborn is standing there, kind of leaning on a torch that's just hanging on the outside.
I will also follow through the wall.
Okay. I'm assuming Baron and Mouse also follow?
Yep.
So you go into this other staircase that leads down another 20-30 feet, and then curves back round as if curving back into like the main hall, but underneath. it's not a small cavern. It's the same as the main entrance. It's 15 feet wide and just curves gradually down to the side. So Maris has no problem walking down here. And you walk into another cavern that seems to just go on for a little bit and then drops off. But it's a little bit noisier in here than it is upstairs. And as you walk in, you can see that the room is mostly circular, and there are people all the way around the outside, sitting at tables or leaning over the edge, looking down.
Is it arena-like when we had the Swobold?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a little bit arena-like, but it does have a set of bars, one either side, that you can see. And as you walk fully into the room, you notice that the floor up here only goes 15 feet lengthways across the edge of the wall, and at the center is just open. And then there's a couple of ropes, one on the left side, one on the right side, that just go straight down. And as you get closer to the edge, you can see that there's actually a fight going on at the bottom.
Okay.
And you're like on an upper level of a fighting pit that's 30 feet below you.
What do we see in the fighting pit? Does it like races? What's down there?
Yeah. So you see a pair having a duel.
Okay.
One is it's hard to tell the exact height from up here,
Yeah.
but they appear to be like average humanoid height, around about 6 feet, maybe a bit less, with the head of a cheetah. They're holding a small circular sword that's made out of a shiny brass that has like bits of like silver, almost like reflecting off it.
Okay.
And in the other hand, they're holding a long spear that's matches the shield. It almost looks like it's just made entirely of brass, with material wrapped around where the grips for the hands would be. And they're currently fighting another person who's in full plate mail, and they've got a huge club. You can't quite see what race they are.
Okay.
But they're currently running at them, swinging this club. And you see the person who looks a bit like a cheetah look up to the crowd and just starts holding the spear aloft as they're being charged by this person in full plate mail. And as that other person gets close, they turn around, they throw their shield straight at them, stunning them for a second. And as the head goes back, they just throw the spear straight through the head, and the other person just tumbles to the ground.
It's fucking metal.
Yeah, and then they throw both their hands up into the air, and people just start throwing little trinkets and things over the edge, coins. Some of them are flowing, just like throwing like random like petals and random things into the arena, and it's just kind of like drifting down onto this person in the center. They then walk over a stand on the corpse, and they just pull their spear out, and blood just flies all over in the air. They, instead of reach down to pick their shield up, they just kind of clench their fist, and the shield just goes straight back up onto the arm. And then they walk over to one of the ropes, grab it, and just whiz straight up. As they get up, there's people applauding to like almost smothering this person that you can see that's now disappeared into a crowd, apart from a spear that's sticking out, dripping with blood.
What is happening to the body below?
There's a cavern on the opposite side.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like an entrance hall, but it's pretty big. It's about 20 feet wide and 20 feet tall, so it's much bigger than the other ones that you see. And a pair come out there and just start dragging this body out. Okay. And the pair that you see, one is very furry with like huge tusks that come, and then the other one is like one of the guards that you saw at the front.
Okay.
Wearing way less armor. They're just wearing like a sash and almost like a kilt.
Okay. Alrighty.
Yeah, so this Dragonborn just leads you to the bar and says, "Ah, we got to see the boss in action." And he sits down and just orders a drink again and gets his book out.
The cheetah person's the boss person. I can't spell the word person.
Okay.
What do?
Yeah, he's kind of parked himself for a minute, and it's kind of seems like he's waiting for the crowds to die down.
It's occurred to me I could have been a cat this whole time.
You could have.
But then you'd just be allergic to your character.
I could think of something else to
You
be
too could get a feline repellent necklace.
You'd have to avoid Viren. Okay, so the boss lady is getting accolades from the crowd. Okay then. Now, when the cheetah person came up, is it just the head of a cheetah and the body of a normal humanoid, or is it like very tabaxi-like?
It's not like tabaxi at all. So this does not seem to be like tabaxi is generally a bit scrawnier.
Yeah.
Very like cat-like features. This is very prominently like almost the head's similar, much more like a displacer beast, but it's yellowed with the black spots. But this goes all the way down the arms, which are hugely muscular. These black spots and the fur just carries all the way down the arms that you can see. And they've got lighter fur on the inside.
Okay.
Saskia will probably know what this is.
Will I?
Yes. So your guild deals with curses quite a lot, and this is very obviously a were creature.
Okay.
A were
So someone who has a form of
Lycanthropy.
yeah, has a form of lycanthropy, but
Lycanthropy.
doesn't seem to be a wolf.
Okay.
And you suspect that's probably what the person with tusks and the bears that you've seen. That she doesn't seem to be the only person. There are several who have embraced their more animalistic side of being a were creature in this bar.
Okay. So, while we wait for her to arrive, I'm gonna order water from the bar. Probably get
There are
some
a few,
weird looks.
ordering drinks.
No. Is there like a candle on the bar?
There are candles around you.
I'm gonna eat a candle.
You can eat a candle. You can eat a candle.
Oh yeah, is there
It's hot.
is
Fire hot.
there do I see anything that looks interesting? Like an object?
There's candles.
There are candles.
I've seen candles, I don't care about candles.
So looking around the room, the bars here are they're more like cocktail bars.
Mm-hmm.
So they're less just regular beers and things like that. They seem to have dozens of bottles of spirits.
Okay.
So to go along with those, there's also like fruits and things like that, and weird little things that they seem to put in their drinks. So you can
little
and straws
umbrellas.
and things like that, and little napkins.
Oh jeez.
So you can pick up a little knick-knack that goes in a drink if you want and fiddle with one of those.
Okay, yeah. I would probably pick up if there's different types, pick up a few of them and then just fucking fiddle with them.
Yeah, you fiddle with cocktail things. They seem to be in the shapes of different animals.
Okay.
And looking around the room, you do realize that it's not. There's the bars, and then there's like clearly like betting areas or
Okay.
brokers that are there. And then the back wall seems to lead on a little bit further.
Okay.
So the opposite side has another doorway that leads on.
Do any of the the cocktail, like, I guess, things that pretty them up, are there any like that also double as a straw, so I can like just stick them on my
Like a
claws?
curly straw.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say there's a curly straw. You're just stealing like random things from the bartender.
Yeah. So I just have like some curly straws like stuck on my claws, like.
Like hula hoops. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
character likes to fuck with shit, okay?
True. Did you guys want to take a quick break, or I don't know how much longer we're going?
Yes, I would like to go potty.
Okay, should we take a couple of minutes break?
Yeah.
And then we'll
Sure.
see if we can talk to Jaxel is the name.
Yes.
Cool. See you in a minute.
Yeah.
Everyone disappeared. I have stolen the stream.
Yes, you have.
I wasn't sure how far
Well,
you guys were going to get through it.
yeah.
You found a real quick way in.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, I don't know if they're just going to follow them, or...
Yeah, that's. I didn't want.
You found glasses.
I found him.
I didn't want Viren and Maris to have to try and follow us and sneak in, because I was like, oh god, that's not gonna go well.
I also have the snack that smiles back.
I'm pretty sure this is also not gonna go well if she decides to check those gems.
We're gonna blame it directly on the guy. We're blaming it on him. That was my plan.
Okay.
He took them. We've been delivering it fine. I don't know why he felt like he could sneak it this time. Especially in front of you. That's my plan.
Sounds good.
God. Oh god. Oh shit.
I like how Amber's thing is just no Twitter, question mark?
I'm a Twitter, but I wanted to put something there so it didn't like go out of sync with everything else. Because then otherwise it would be out of sync and, you know, just be all weird. People would think her character's name is Amber, or her character's name was Succubus, or Sorcerer level 4.
Maybe that's what she named her character. Yeah.
I'm not very creative.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you guys were just gonna like find your way to this cabin and then be like, how do we get below?
Yeah.
No one has to sweet talk their way past the tabaxi. That made it much quicker.
I'm sure we could have, or Viren could have just thrown the entire bottle of repellent.
He didn't buy the repellent, he bought a necklace.
Oh. I thought it was something that he rubbed on his...
No, he wanted a permanent solution, so he got a necklace that's made out of what looks like cat teeth, and it
Okay.
has like a cucumber in the middle.
Oh, oh God. You're wearing...
It's like a jeweled cucumber.
I was gonna say, it looks like you're wearing a dildo as a necklace.
That's what makes him confident.
I have to go to the liquor store. I have nothing left in my cabinets.
Aww.
I don't want to play.
Just curly straws and cocktail sticks.
It's just candles.
Just candles. I should have made them flavored candles. Turnip candles.
No, scented candles.
Yeah, I was thinking like scented candles. But it smells like turnip.
Tastes like ass.
That's the wrong character.
I know.
This character doesn't like
It is in the same world though.
Smells like cinnamon. Tastes like asshole.
Yeah, that campaign's in the same world, but in the northern region
Ah.
where everyone escaped. And M's character there is obsessed with turnips.
I remember that.
I like her.
And they tried to rescue a flame skull so that it could be their servant.
His name is Johnny. He's real nice.
Sure he is.
He is definitely not evil.
I
Definitely
had to
not.
throw stuff away, and I didn't want. I have shorts on, so. He's not evil.
He's naive.
not-
He's just an undead flaming skull
Alright.
who got bored and was trapped in a room by himself for 1,000 years.
Yeah, that doesn't make you crazy
That's,
at all.
Wasn't that the character Mort from Landscape Torment? Was a flame skull?
Possibly.
I want to be a demi-lich. Somebody should make a demi-lich homebrew character.
I mean, you could have been a demi-lich in this game.
Skull. Living head. I'd have to have mage hand. That's like more. Do you need to keep opening and closing the gate?
Yes. Chris has a really cool mage hand because it's invisible, I think. It's like a psionic hand thing.
Ah.
Alright, so are we talking to this person?
Oh, they're still getting accolades as far as we know. And I've got like Twizzler straws on my claws.
Oh, very busy.
Yep. Too busy. Yeah, so they're currently collecting money off a group of people until you see a pair of other armed were people come up and like part the crowds away from this cheetah-looking person. They've collected their money, and then they go sit on a table that's sat a little bit higher than everybody else's in this room, so they can kind of see over the crowd into the pits. And that they sit up there with the two guards that broke them out of the crowd. And then on below, you start hearing roars, so people start turning around. As down below, you see a hill giant wander out, and then start fighting a pack of dire wolves.
Mm.
Yeah, so this Dragonborn goes, right, what business were you looking for? Just any contracts? Anything at all. Righto. Closes his book once again after writing something, puts the book away, and the pen again just goes, disappears. He gets up and wanders over to the head table, and reaching out, he kind of walks out like, Jexel, what a glorious performance. Truly a warrior, the best of the Intercity.
What was the name?
Jexel.
Jaxel. Jaxxel.
Where are my notes? I've lost them.
That can be the next quest. Where did M's notes go?
Let's get the... I can't think of names. It'll be the next, like, freaking Nancy Drew mystery.
Case of M's notes.
Uh,
At least those ones I can read. They're not like my IRL notes.
okay. So in response, Jaxel goes,
Yeah.
hello, notes.
That's
That's what she says.
Oh.
She says, gosh, you're back. Successful, I hope.
What did she say?
She called him Gesh.
Gesh.
Which you suspect is his real name.
Yeah.
And that's spelled Ghes. H.
G what?
He Ghesh.
Oh, that's real British spelling.
I just spelled it like
The-
guess with an H.
The British sounding Dragonborn sounds British. So he clicks off the thing that you gave him earlier, lays it down, says, all ready to be handed in. She goes, great, we're almost complete. Quite a lucrative operation so far. Not going to complain personally. And then she slides, the bag again expands. Once he pulls the string off, it expands again to the shape of the box. And she pulls the box out and then shakes it. She goes, gosh, a bit light on this one, are we? And he, now much more nervous, looks back at you, goes, light? No? They've been trustworthy so far. Do you guys want to say anything? Just go. So, she waves it around for a bit and goes, and then clicks it open, revealing the empty tray. She goes, is this supposed to be full, Gesh? Where are the sapphires? Gesh goes, nah. Well, my procurement team, and he points over to the four of you, assured me that they had completed the order. And then Jaxel looks over to the two that she recognizes, to Saskia and the lizard.
And I will look at
I'm
Saskia.
going to persuade her that that box was full when we handed it to Gesh.
Yeah. Make a deception check.
Ah, my character sheet disappeared.
Oh no!
I have no character.
Find the Dogman character sheet.
What the fuck? Where? Okay. Yeah.
Ooh. Where did my check go?
See, we're all having problems.
It's a 21.
Yeah.
I think my chat popped out, but I don't know where it went. Oh well.
Yeah, like my character shot, it disappeared too.
Like no, the sidebar's gone on mine.
Oh.
Oh,
Refresh!
there's the 3 lines at the top. If you click that, it comes back to you.
Oh, is that where it went?
Yeah.
Oh well. Yes, 21. She looks at you and goes, And then you see the eyes, one of the eyes flashes slightly. And
Took a screenshot.
yep, took a screenshot. And she starts to chuckle to herself. And she's just standing there chuckling, and then Gesh is like, not really knowing why she's laughing. She places it back down and goes, "Well done. I'm impressed you made it this far. I could use someone with your talents." Like talking past Gesh towards you two now.
I've still got things in my hands. In my claws.
Mostly looking at Saskia, assuming that she's the one that did all the work. And Gesh is just standing there very confused.
At your service.
It's just me.
Yeah, it's just a centaur. So I turned into a cat.
No, I did my research really quick. Well, I was like trying to use the emotes and I couldn't, and I was like, oh, I gotta.
I banned myself. She goes, So, Gesh, you owe me 1 sapphire shipment. Where are your actual operatives?
Ooh.
He's doesn't really know what to say, and then she looks back over to the 4 of you and goes, I assume you may know the location of these people?
Just gonna nod.
Very well. Well, someone owes me a shipment. I don't really care which of you pays for it. Any volunteers?
I'm gonna look at Gesh.
Real again.
Gesh goes, how was I to know that it wasn't... They looked just like them. I barely talked to them. And then she goes, well, I can think of a way that we can make it up, and then we'll see where we go. And she picks up the shield, and she just launches it at Gesh.
Poor Gesh.
And Gesh then just flies over the balcony and down into the pits. How much damage do you take falling that far?
It's you said it was 30 feet?
Yeah.
It's 1d6 for every 10 feet, I think.
Yeah, so... Oh, he only took 6 damage, he's fine. So he falls down, lands with a thud on his back.
Gets ripped apart by direwolves.
No, the direwolves are dead.
The hill giant's still down there, right?
Hill giant's still there. So there's... Gesh lands down there. There's currently a hill giant and 2 people with spears trying to convince him to leave. Not succeeding too much as the hill giant sits there and just eats 4 wolves to himself, completely like covered in fur and blood, just leaning against the wall. The pit itself, I will show you if it lets me transfer people. Okay, let's hope it saves the changes I make to your character sheets.
I can see it.
I still have a line.
Yeah, I've only put 2 of you down. No, I don't want to read. I want to drop.
I see nothing.
You're not there yet.
I
Oh, there
see
you are.
things now.
And then Saskia. Cool.
Black
So
mask.
this is
Black map.
black map.
Mhm.
Didn't save you. I need to just.
Yeah, you've got to resave
yes.
it to his character sheet.
I don't know. Did
Ah.
save changes again?
There we go.
I'll check Sasuke's as well. 'Cause I assume Chris isn't working. Yeah, yours is broken as well.
Gesundheit.
Can
Thank
everyone
you.
see a
There's a
giant
lot
hole?
of smoke in my state.
I
Oh.
sees it.
Hooray! So you're standing on this larger platform, and you see there's a pit below, which is also two-tiered. Now that you look down, there's like a bottom tier, and then 10 feet up there's another ring, and then there's the 30-foot height with the two ropes either side. Gesh is currently laying on top of the right at the very bottom. He went flying back. He went about 20 feet backwards, so he's right over there. The two people with spears hear the thud behind them, look up, and see Juxel just pointing her shield down towards the body, and they scurry away and shut the gates. And then people start from the top. You hear people start chanting, and they start banging on the edge, and people start throwing rocks at the hill giant to try and get his attention. He's currently just gorging until Gesh eventually stands up, dazed, shakes off, still holding his book in one hand that he was holding earlier. Puts that away, cracks his neck, and removes the cloak that he's wearing, and then shakes off. And underneath, he's wearing pretty fine clothes. They're made out of like silk. He's wearing like a nice silk shirt with his bandolier going across. Some nice shorts that were mostly being covered by his coat and little cloak that he was wearing. And then you can see he's wearing kind of like holsters with books. One book is the one he's been reading with constantly, and then he has another book under the other side. He's got his bandolier going across here, and then he's got like two pouches like under the books here, and he reaches in and pulls out a staff out of one of these, and then slams it on the ground, and like prepares himself to fight. The giant looks up at all the stones being thrown, getting very irritated, and then sees this black dragonborn standing in front of him. So he leans on his club, stands up, and gets ready to go slam this dragonborn. And who's going to go first? I get to NPC combat with myself. Right,
Yeah,
so Dragonborn,
I fully expected us to be in combat.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few possible scenarios that I prepared for. You could have fought a hill giant, maybe something else. Yeah, so Gesh gets the upper hand on the hill giant, and he's going to first of all pull back, and the staff gets this red energy that runs all the way up the wood, like filling in all the cracks that run up. And then it comes to a point, and he pulls out of the staff and throws a fireball straight at the hill giant, slamming him right in the face. And I'm going to need a lot of dice. I should probably look at how many hit points this thing's going to have left. Right, so he's going to take real bad. And what level is this? Fireball. What's 5th level fireball damage? Is it 8?
Good lord. I didn't ask how big the room was. I said I cast fireball.
Yeah, pretty much. Sorry. So he launches this huge fireball that just hits the giant barn door-sized hill giant, doing huge amounts of damage. And then you see him run backwards and scramble up onto the second tier, trying to get as far away from this hill giant as he can. This hill giant shakes off the damage. His loincloth is now slightly on fire, and he looks pretty annoyed as he's covered just in like red burn marks up his chest. And he's just going to run forward and try and slam his club into a Dragonborn. But he's terrible and misses. So he runs up, but the Dragonborn managed to get the high ground. So his great axe, even though he's now just on the same height level, he slams down, just misses the Dragonborn as he scurries away. The Dragonborn's then going to go, and he will.
While that is going on, I'm gonna ask Jexel, what happens if Gesh wins?
Then he's paid off the debt for now, and I won't have to kill him. If he dies, I don't have to kill him myself. And who knows? I might make some coin from it. As you see people betting on who's going to beat the Dragonborn or the Hill Giant. Care to place a wager? Would anyone like to bet on who's going to win this fight? M is muted.
I want to bet on the hill giant.
You want to bet on the Hell Giant? Oh, gosh.
Meh. I never tangle.
I'm not gonna bet.
Okay.
I'll put 10 gold pieces on Gesh.
There we go.
Okay. Going the current betting odds, because they write them up on the wall as the fight starts. The people are scrambling. There's a 2-1 that the Hill Giant's going to win, and a 4-1 that Gesh is going to win. So people are heavily favoring the Giant over the tiny Dragonborn.
Where's my...
How much are you betting him?
10 gold.
10 gold. Okay. It's 10 gold. Are you betting, Sasuke? Or are you just watching?
Nope. I'm just enjoying.
So a broker takes your money, and they write down something like a 10 next to it in their ledger of the betting book. Jexel has her own broker that does things just for her. So you're standing on this high table with Jexel and the other two, watching down. As you're betting, the Dragonborn, having the slight height advantage at the moment, puts his hands to the side and then takes a huge breath and then just spews green acid into the face of the straight into the face of the Hill Giant.
Boo!
Now I need to work out how much breath weapons are. Alright, so it needs to...
I'm gonna dead look Jexel right in the face, like, what do you do with the bodies when they're done?
Depends how they hold up. Sometimes we eat them. Sometimes we feed them to others. Competitors have to eat too. And you can see that being served around here is a mix of things like there's giant spider legs and other creatures in various states of being cooked that are being served to people around here. Yep, so the Hill Giant seems to shake off most of that acid, but it's left with really intense scarring because it hit right in the face. And then again, you see the staff come around. He wipes it across in front of him, and then a door appears as he steps through and appears the other side of the arena. So the Hill Giant's now at the bottom, but this the Dragonborn's now appeared on the opposite side of the arena. Hill Giant, bit confused, runs after, takes some more, sprints all the way over, and manages to actually land a hit this time. Where's Hill Giant? And his Hill Giants have 105 hit points, by the way.
I'm chewing on
So-
the candle. I let it cool down.
You're what?
but his
Chewing on the candle. I let it cool down.
waxy. Where am I? He does 3d8 plus 5 damage.
Yeah, just roll 20.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That way it shows on the screen.
I know, but I have a dice tray with my logo in it, so it's nice to use it occasionally.
Ah.
3.
I get that. It's got your logo. It's cool.
18 club damage. So huge hit onto the Dragonborn, who's almost knocked to the ground from the impact, and is now holding the arm that isn't, or trying to hold the arm that's holding the staff at the moment, before just taking it out and trying to like shake off as blood drips through the scales on his right side. He is then going to cast. What can he do to try and kill a hill giant by himself? I know. There's my spells. There they are. Oh. Come on. There we go. So he is going to. No, I don't want the cantrips.
Excuse me.
There we go.
This is what I need this on.
Where is it? Or that seems like something he would do. Yeah, so he draws some fire out of his staff, but this time he closes the fire in his fist and then pulls down, and then you see the ground around the hill giant start to like crack and steam start to come out before a beam of fire just engulfs the hill giant. To save that, and then he's going to take 8d6 fire damage. This Dragonborn is popping everything he's got. Roll. Jesus Christ. He does 31 fire damage to this hill giant, who's now looking super tired and charred, and is now currently on fire. So the fire in the floor dissipates, but the fire remains on this giant. And he's again. He does again. He creates another dimension door and teleports to the other side of the arena, yet again. Then the hill giant's going to do his. I'm not going to roll all of these because that's going to take forever.
I'm gonna
So I do
mutter
want
that
to-
he's ruining the hill giant meat.
He is. He is indeed cooking. Oh. This is gonna hurt. I think the easiest way is just to do this and see if he lives. Yeah, the Dragonborn takes 37 points of damage
Wow.
as he gets critted by a great club.
Wow.
So this flaming hill giant runs over, swings this great axe, and just baseballs this Dragonborn into the wall, leaving him a wreck on the floor. And then you see him starting to he puts his hand up as people start to cheer, and then the hill giant falls over and dies.
Is it now?
So there's now a burning corpse of a hill giant who then died to the passive fire damage, and a bleeding out Dragonborn on the floor. So technically the hill giant won. Jexel goes, hill giants! Ooh, as I smack my microphone, I'm sorry. And everyone just cheers for Kosh, who you assume is the name of the hill giant.
Well, technically, the hill giant's bleeding out too, right?
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, he's dead?
But he won the fight.
Well, that would mean that
The
Gesh is dead
Dragonborn was.
as well, yeah?
You don't know yet,
Okay.
but he is not. Like 2 rounds went by where Gesh was just on the floor.
Okay.
But the hill giant didn't put himself out and then died to the fire because he was it immolized?
Yeah,
he got hit by immolation.
Okay. Okay.
So he died like 12 seconds after.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Because he had also fought
Okay.
4 direwolves right before, so
Yeah.
he wasn't on max hit points.
Yeah.
And then he got hit by like 55 damage. He was so close to dying the first time. Yeah. So M receives 20 gold in reward.
Yay!
So Jaxel says, right, it appears we have business now. How would you like to acquire some sapphires that I am now in need of?
Gonna look at Saskia.
Sure.
And she thinks for a while and goes,
So I'm also like, still got the shit on my fingers, on my claws. I'm just playing with these straws. I like. It's a curiosity. What do you need the sapphires for?
someone would like to buy them. I would like to sell them.
So you're just the middleman.
Woman.
Person.
Which just smiles at you. I am the procurer. I obtain items people want. People buy items from me. But, seeing as you have inconvenienced me slightly, could you do me a small favor?
Looks at Saskia.
Sorry.
She found her seeing things.
Jaxel wants us to do her a small favor.
Oh, yeah?
And I looked at you, I'm like, I don't know.
It's like, do we do favors?
Since you're the talker.
Yeah, would you like to respond or just?
What sort of favor?
Where is the name for this weird item? There it is. I seem to have run out of a Githyanki. Could you acquire some for me?
What is it?
Githyanki. Jethur.
Do we know what that is?
Do any of you have proficiency in nature?
Yes, I do.
Also, I do as well, so.
Oh yeah, you can both roll. Make a nature check.
No, no!
No. Considering M's play background, she would know this potentially a bit more likely than you will. So, you know that Githyanki is a purple mushroom that grows in particular underground caverns, and is often used as tea.
That seems simple enough.
That seems something we could do.
And knowing that it's tea, you know that you wouldn't necessarily have to go. Wouldn't have to necessarily go pick it yourself. You could acquire it in other means if you wanted to, like a T-shirt.
Say we'll take it. Sure.
Yeah.
How much do you need?
Whatever you deem appropriate.
Just take one straw.
Dan, while this is going on, I would have intensely watched the fight, of course, because I had an interest in the outcome. Is Gesh's body just still laying there on the ground?
No. As they're talking, one of the guards that you saw earlier that they seem to kind of try and clean up after the fights comes out and gives him like something out of a bottle that you can see, and he seems to come awake. He seems to have. He's not dead, but he's not in great shape. But he was picked up between two people and dragged out.
Did they take his staff with him?
Yes. Yeah, they picked up everything he had and
Okay.
you're like, can I steal this magical stuff?
That was the plan.
Yeah, you get the idea though from watching him that though he's probably like a broker and more about numbers, but he's not defenseless. But obviously, hill giants are pretty big. But he was close. Yeah, but the others don't see that. Just you.
Okay.
So Jaxel turns around and picks up the pouch where the tray was initially held, puts the tray back in so it forms the shape, and pulls the drawstring shut so it goes back down to just like a coin pouch size, and hands it over to Saskia. It's like, this might be useful. And Gesh doesn't seem to need it anymore.
Oof.
Nice. Okay.
I actually have to go and pick up my car up.
Yeah,
Huh?
so that's probably a good.
What time is it? Yeah, it's no, it's not bad.
Yeah.
About 3 hours?
Right around 3 hours, yeah. 2:55. So, yeah. Right, so we gotta get her damn tea. And, more sapphires. All right.
We don't have to.
I mean, true.
You don't have to, no.
But out of character and in character, I really want to know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Wear stuff?
Weird stuff.
Yeah, but the many-eyed, that's not weird stuff, I don't believe.
Unless it's a werebeholder.
No, Jesus Christ.
Just like a humanoid with loads of heads, loads of eyeballs that appear.
Oh god, it's just a fucking beholder Medusa.
Except instead of turning you to stone, it just liquefies you with rays.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. Great.
Oh,
That would be a great creature to make. What a good idea.
Oh shit. No, Dan. No.
They do have that monster builder app, don't they?
Or better yet, for your other game.
Yeah.
All right, so that is where we're gonna call it. We are in the middle person's hideout or personal casino.
Yep.
And didn't have to fight, which I
Yep.
fully expected to have to fight.
Oh yeah. I had prepared a team fight, a solo fight, in case someone wanted to just take it by themselves. Those separate fights, they could have a one-on-one to the death.
Oh jeez. Wow.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
It is a fighting arena, so you can always volunteer to fight in a fighting pit.
True. True. And we do have a druid that could heal us.
And a ridiculous amount of potions, I think.
am I a healing druid? I do. I am.
I mean,
yes,
you're druid.
you are a healing
You
druid,
have to
goddammit.
get
You
it.
need a healing druid.
You don't have to make it.
I'm dream druid. No, yeah, no, I have healing. Well, and I prepare every day,
she'll
so it
wake you
doesn't
up when
really
you
matter.
pass.
I don't know, do we have healing? I don't think I have any healing potions. I
I'm
might.
pretty sure Chris has like more.
Oh yeah, Chris has a ton. Chris has a ton.
I took cure wounds and healing spirit this morning, so
Yeah,
we
I've
could,
got I got 5 of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
good
because of
lord.
that. I know Chris had
Lord.
loads of his.
he just throws them at people.
It's like, I'm the melee character. I don't want to die.
We want to make sure that people can go pick up their cars.
Yes.
Yes.
So we back next month, the third Saturday. We're late this month because of reasons. So, that will be what, September 19th.
It's my
Yes.
sister's birthday.
Ah,
Yep.
for some more D&Ds. See you guys then. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.
Bye.